ASEAN, officially the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is a political and economic union of 10 member states in Southeast Asia, which promotes intergovernmental cooperation and facilitates economic, political, security, military, educational, and social-cultural integration between its members and other countries in Asia. On August 8, 1967, with the signing of the Bangkok Declaration, ASEAN was established with 5 founding members, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. The next member was Brunei, joining the Union in 1984, while Vietnam, as a 7th member of ASEAN, took part in 1995. In the next 2 years, the member list increased to 9, with the participation of Myanmar and Laos. The number of members reached 10 in 1999, as Cambodia gained admission to the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. This is the list of Asian recruitment process from the time it was born until the present dates. Next, we'll move on to the most impressive achievements according to us. Of all the numerous achievements the Asian Union was able to accomplish throughout the past several decades. In 1976, ASEAN issued the Declaration of Asian Concord and the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. This was the first of the 3 Bali declarations, with the second and third one occurring in 2003 and 2011, respectively. Then, in 2007, the ASEAN Charter was signed, and in the following 2 years, the Asian Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights was born. In 2015, Asian Community was officially established, and finally, in June 2020, the Chairman's statement of the 36th Asian Summit on Cohesive and Responsive Asian, especially on COVID-19 response.
Moving on to the cultures of Asian nations, the similarity between them are wet rye and brown drum culture. While the wet rye and cultivation played a key role in the life of South Asians, Dongtan culture thrived, with the brown drum being the symbol of the entire region. Then, regarding the language system, the majority of South Asian nations are multi-language countries, which means that they have an official language and many other ethnic dialects. For example, my country, Vietnam, has Vietnamese as our main language and numerous dialects from the ethnic minorities such as TI谊. Next, the writing system in the early CE is borrowed from the Kanji and Prakrit alphabet. However, in the 16th century, these systems were converted into the Latin alphabet used commonly in the present day. In terms of the custom, besides wet rye cultivation being the most noticeable characteristic, Asian has a lot of other fascinating features as well, including worshipping. Asian citizens worship many things, from ancestors to the mountain and river gods, and then the wheat god for the harvesting season at sea. The festival here in Asian is also a really important part. They are divided into 3 main categories: agricultural festival, religious festival, and Lunar New Year festival. Then, on the one hand, we had costumes. Every country has their own special clothes representing the characteristic of each nation. Costume: Vietnamese áo dài, Cambodian Sampak, Patu Khmer of Malaysia, Nyonya Kebaya of Singapore, Thailand to Thai, caviar of Indonesia, Laotian and Ceylon, Pachukuran of Brunei, Myanmar, Laos, and finally the Philippine herons. On the other hand, South Asia is the home of the most amazing cuisine in the world. With their constant effort and creativity, Southeast Asians have produced a massive, unique, and diverse food cultures nowhere to be found in the rest of the world.
And now, we will give you some insights about the challenges that Asia has to face. The world economy has suffered a serious decline due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, existing traditional and non-traditional security challenges, Asian internal and institutional challenges. First of all, about the pandemic. Many Asian nations are experiencing the third wave of the pandemic, combined with the fact that the economies of each Asian country are still at a small scale, leading to the urgent need to achieve a rapid recovery from the severe effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. Second, besides the traditional security challenges, here are some non-traditional security issues in Asia. Climate change, definitely one of the most pressing security threats in this region, which will lead to complex disaster, nuclear security, food security. There are also marine environmental pollution, trafficking in persons and displaced persons. These are the factors that need tremendous attention owing to the increasing severity that they caused recently. And last but not least are Asian internal and institutional challenges. For instance, the ongoing domestic political crisis in Myanmar create a harsh time for intra-Asian diplomacy, whereas Asian member states appear divided over developments regarding the military, political leadership in Myanmar, Indonesia, Singapore, and the Philippines. These issues have been mentioned in the conference by the Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister as the most challenging and pressing problem that Asia has to deal with. And with this information, you and I can now start working together to tackle this problem, shaping a better Asia than yesterday.
First and foremost, right at this moment, Vietnamese economy is deemed a lower middle income one compared to other nations, as it is still only a developing country. So, with that in mind, Vietnamese adolescents have the responsibility to help our country catch up with all the leading members of ASEAN by pushing themselves further to develop and the other surrounding people too. A country's greatest power is in its people. Secondly, cultural exchange will be a required factor for Vietnamese adolescents. By learning from other countries in Asia, they can become more open-minded and understand the way that our neighbor friends think to develop the Asian community to the fullest. And it won't just stop at the mind. We have to take action to help those who are sharing our lands tackle their issues in the hope of a better friendship inside the Union. And last but not least, it's important to absorb all the valuable knowledge from other parts of the globe as well, since it will do wonders for the developments of our organization. If you know your enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Sun Tzu, author of the Art of War. So, that concludes our videos. I hope that through these videos you guys get to learn more about Asia, as well as start taking actions on the problem faced by the Asian nations. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy it, and remember to stay safe. Peace.